Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today it's going to be another Get Ready With Me video featuring a ton of new products that I got from PH Cosmetics. So I thought I would do a really kind of fall-inspired look with this eyeshadow palette. This is their Modern Neutrals 28 color eyeshadow palette, and I only have one other one of theirs and it's in the same kind of format, and I love those shadows. So these have some like oranges, kind of light to dark, and they just look like fall shades to me, so we're going to use that. And then also I recently got the Sculpt and Blend Set 3, which these are actually a lot smaller in comparison to my Set 1, which Sculpt and Blend Set 1 I am in love with. I love it so much. I use them every day. So I thought this would be interesting to try, and so far, looking at the brushes, they're really kind of smaller, so we'll see how they work. They might be good for contouring and blending, so I'm going to try those today as well. And then I'm also going to be testing out the BH Cosmetics. This is their Smooth Canvas in the shade Veil, which is kind of like a lighter primer than the one that I've been using for my eyes. And then I also got their Auburn shade in their Studio Pro brow pomade. So this is what that one looks like, and I'm going to be testing these out today. And I also got a couple of their lipsticks, so I'm probably going to decide on a lipstick shade, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So guys, we're going to start out with primer, and I'm going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime. It's just a really nice kind of like moisturizing primer, so I'm skipping moisturizer for this. And then we're going to go in with the Studio Pro. This is their waterproof brow pomade in the shade Auburn. So this is the first time I've kind of been digging into it, and I'm going to use the 142 brush from the Sculpt and Blend Set 3. Now I have to say I don't like this brush. I think this is really a lip brush, but I was trying to find a purpose for it. So as you can see, it did fill in my eyebrows, but it's certainly not precise. I would totally recommend a small angled brush to do this. And the Auburn shade is just slightly red for me, but it worked out really nice, and I've been using it all week. And then for BH Cosmetics, we're going to be using their Smooth Canvas. This is their eye primer in the shade Veil. It's kind of like a champagne nude, kind of like a white gold, and it doesn't really cover any of my redness, or you can see I kind of have like purple veins. It doesn't cover any of that, but it does do a really good base for shadow, and my shadow stays on all day when I use this. Then we're going to take the 135 brush. This is kind of like their really small, kind of like carved out kabuki brush, and I'm going to be taking my Makeup Forever HD Ultra Foundation, and I believe this is Y225, and I'm just going to be dotting this on and using that brush to blend it out in circular motions, and I just kind of did piece by piece on my face. I really love the coverage that this gives me. I feel like I barely have any foundation on. It builds up really nicely, and it gives me about a medium to full coverage depending on how much I'm using. But I like how small this brush is because it really does a really nice job of precise application. And then to slick down those brows, we're going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This does a great job of just keeping my eyebrows in place. So I'm just going to slightly put it through there, not putting too much on. And then we're going to move on into concealer. And this is right now my favorite concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. So I'm just kind of putting it on blemishes, I'm putting it under my eyes, and we're going to take the 136 brush, which is a really like sharp angled brush, to just get right in there and use that as my concealer brush. It really goes nicely underneath the eyes, and you can really see a little bit goes a long way. I mean, this is really high coverage concealing. And then we're going to take the Modern Neutrals palette from BH, and I'm going to do kind of like an orange auburn look. So we're going to go in with this little bright orange. And I tried to use another brush. I really don't recommend this brush for blending into your eyes. It's really used, I think, as a highlight brush. So you'll see in a minute I kind of gave up. I said, nope, we're going to move on to something else. So I took my Beau Gachis brush that I got in an Ipsy bag, and I'm just going to be blending that orange into the crease and trying to build up that color so we get a really nice pigment. I really like these matte shades. I think they're really pretty. And then we're going to go in with this deeper orange shade, again taking a smaller crease brush and just focusing that in the outer corner and blending in to the eye. Same thing on the other side, just blending in the corner and then blending into the center. And then we're going to go in with another shade of orange, an even darker one, and we're just going to focus this one in the outer corner, just trying to give this look a depth and darkening up that outer corner. And then for the last one, we're going to take this red brown, almost looks like a dark terracotta shade, and I'm just going to be, again, focusing this in the outer corner, deepening up that, that outer corner so you can really see like a transition of those orange colors from light to dark. And then we're taking this kind of like neutral peach color, and I'm just putting this all over the middle of my eye into the inner corner. This is just going to be our lid shade. And I'm just packing that on. And then next up, we're taking this stark matte white shade, and I'm just going to be using this on my brow bone as a highlight. I think this really kind of like pops on your brow bone, so I really do like this shade. Then we're taking this kind of like neutral brown, and I'm just going to be putting this in my lower lash line just a little bit to bring the color down and to connect it with the eyeshadow from the top eye, or the top portion of my eye. Then we're going to go take this darker navy blue shade. This took a little bit to build up, but I kind of wanted to darken up that outer V and make it more of like a smoky look. So I'm just taking that dark blue shadow and I'm starting to pack it on the outer corner, and I'm blending it in just a little bit into the center of my eye. And then I'm taking this kind of like really deep purple shade, and I'm trying to put that in the outer V as well. I'm kind of packing it on with a shader brush just to get more pigment. And then we're ready for liner. We're going to take the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. This is in the shade Trooper. It's just a stark, very like matte black, and it works really well. It wears throughout the day, and you just have to take your time when applying this. And it really does provide a really nice thin line, or you can build it up and make it a little bit thicker. And then for lashes, we're taking my Essence Lash Princess. This gives you a really nice like volumized and lengthened effect. I think you can really tell a big difference in how this works for me. It's one of my favorite really affordable drugstore mascaras that I pick up at Ulta. And then the next mascara we're using is the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara. This is a really great skinny mascara to put on your lower lashes so that it just lengthens them a little bit, and this will not budge. I think it looks really great and makes a big difference. And then we're going to be doing some sculpting with my ColourPop Easy Peasy. This is kind of like, I want to say like a I don't know, neutral brown, and I'm taking the 138. This is a small angled brush from the kit, and I'm just going to be blending that out. And this did take a little while. This particular ColourPop's shadow stick, it does take a little bit to really blend in. I'm not really sure it's a favorite. I think I prefer to use powder for my contour, but I was trying to do something different today, so I used that tiny little brush to blend it all in. And then we're going to take the 141, and this is kind of just a really small squeezed brush, and I thought I would do my nose contouring with this. It worked pretty well. I don't do a ton of nose contouring, but I think you could use it for it if you wanted to. And then the 137 we're going to take, this is the larger angled brush, and we're going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and we're going to be setting my under eye concealer with this. So I'm just going to be dipping it in, and then we're going to just pack it underneath the eye. I really do like how this worked. It really got under my eye really well and was able to pack on that powder and set that concealer. And then we're going to take the 133. This is just kind of like an angled powder brush. It's kind of a precise powder brush. It's not very big. And again, I'm just going to take that translucent powder and dust that over my face, give my face a light coating of powder to set that foundation. But I really like how nice this applies. And then for blush, we're taking my MAC Sweet Vision Magic Dust Powder. This is just a really pretty, nice pink blush, and we're taking the 134 brush from this kit. It's a gorgeous powder, but this is also a great brush to apply it. It's a very small brush, but it does a really good job. And then we're taking the 139 to apply my highlighter. And again, this is just a really small kabuki brush, and we're going to be taking the Becca Opal highlighter. And you can really see that this does pack it on, and it really does have precise application if you want to get it in just a very small spot. And then we're taking my Kate Rimmel lip balm. This is just going to prep my lips for lipstick today. And then for lipstick, we're going to actually be taking the BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Samantha. It is a gorgeous, dusty, kind of pinky purple. It went on so well, and this wore really, really great throughout the day. So I really, really, really enjoyed this shade. And so guys, this is what the finished look turned out like. I was really pleased with it. So guys, this is the finished look. I absolutely love warm brown and orange and blue and purple, which I put all on my lids. Love those colors. I am so pleased with that palette. I can get so many looks out of that. I am so excited. This liquid lipstick in Samantha is a gorgeous color, and it's like a dusty lavender pink, perfect for the fall time. And I am just loving those BH Cosmetics products. The brushes definitely work. There was one that I didn't like, which was I think it was like the longer blending brush. That didn't, you kind of saw I started that on my eyes. It did not work, but the rest worked okay. I still prefer my Sculpt and Blend set 1. Those brushes in the Sculpt 3 set definitely are more small, like they're smaller, and they're specific for certain areas. I loved how my contour blended out today with those brushes, but it's definitely, like, I would say a more advanced level brush set. Like, go with Sculpt and Blend 1 if you're just starting out, but if you want to get more precise and into blending, contouring, and highlighting, then move on to Sculpt 3. But so far I'm pretty pleased. The only thing I'm not certain about is the eyebrows. I think they look okay, but I think that color might be a little bit more red toned. I think I might still be a little bit more darker than that. It went on okay, but I think I like the Anastasia brow pomade a little bit better. We'll have to see. This is just like, again, a first impressions and try on. But other than that, let's see, what else did I use? We got the brushes, we got the eyeshadow, the lid primer. That one was a lot lighter than I had thought. It didn't do as much coverage. I still think the product's going to work, but I think I prefer the shade Malt because Malt covers a little bit better. But so far, I am so pleased how it turned out. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below, and I will chat with you guys there. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.